Eamonn Holmes expressed his anger at one theatre-goer walking out of a production of Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing because the actors were speaking in Yorkshire accents. The GB News host was discussing the topic with co-star Isabel Webster and guests David Wooding and Liz Kershaw. Isabel brought up the headline which revealed lines from Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing were now being spoken with a Yorkshire accent. She said, "Let's talk about Shakespeare, it always gets our readers going." Interrupting, Eamonn commented, "It gets me going." "Yes, there is a company which does Shakespeare in the regional accent of Yorkshire," David Wooding stated. But it didn't please one playgoer who walked out in protest. He proceeded to read out the headline Much Ado About Nout, before giving his own take on Romeo and Juliet in a Yorkshire accent. Liz joined in as she quipped, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?" Laughing, David continued, "Yes, well, the theatre-goer complained and said, 'I want my money back.' Thankfully they said, 'No, you can't.' So I think this is great. Bring Shakespeare to the masses if you hear it in regional accents. I don't think there's anything wrong with that." "Well, Shakespeare had a Midlands accent, with flat vowels," Liz added. Eamonn chipped in, "I get fed up with people slagging off regional accents. We'd all be incredibly boring if we said we're all going to speak like everybody speaks." Isabel remarked, "Most people love a regional accent now, they're all the rage. It's people like me who get beaten up all the time for having." However, Eamonn cut in to claim Isabel mocks his accent regularly during the commercial breaks on GB News. "You do the same back to me," Isabel protested. The GB News presenter then impersonated Eamonn saying Liz's name. Liz remarked, "Eamonn is an exception. Hugh Edwards is Welsh. How many Scottish news presenters are there? I wrote to the BBC head of news and said, why is there nobody like me reading the news? So now they've got Clive Myrie, you're welcome Clive." Eamonn interjected, "I didn't even realise Clive had an accent." "He's from Bolton but he's really posh," Liz quipped. "Anyway, he ticked a box as a northerner on the news, but generally speaking you won't get a Liverpudlian reading the 10 o'clock news, you won't get a Brummie, you won't get a Bristolan, somebody from Norfolk, a Geordie. You just won't get them. There's still that prejudice. We'll miss those accents when they're gone, that's what I say," Eamonn added. Breakfast with Eamonn and Isabel airs on GB News on weekdays at 6 a.m.